Good evening. Like and subscribe. If you agree with the content, if you are a subscriber already, then I ask that you hit the like to help with the algorithm so that my content will be seen by others. And this is a way of passing a message on if you feel this message is important. So let's get straight to it. God does not have to walk the earth. God does not have to speak to people. God has laws, and those laws are designed for the evolution and development of humanity, and they come with karma. And a law of human consciousness is when lies die and there is nowhere to hide, truth is realized, and all that's left is suicide. When lies die and there is nowhere to hide, truth is realized, all that's left is suicide. Slaves run away, knowing what they face if caught, but refuse to kill themselves because they know their life has worth. They know their life has worth, and there is a purpose if they live. In other words, their life has value and is too valuable to kill. They would rather suffer and hope to live because their life has value to them. And if it has value to them, it's because they feel that they have value to others. Hitler killed himself. He hid in a bunker and killed himself. Why? He did not want to look in the mirror and see what he had become. He realized that his life was a waste. He realized his life was a waste and he took it. Some will say that when they have to face a life of lies, they will not commit suicide. I disagree. Because when you live in an illusion, when you live in an illusion and your mind is forced to accept reality, for most, it is too much to take. It is simply too much to take. I do not desire revenge. I desire justice. And those who do evil should suffer from karma. They deserve it. They deserve karma. But I feel a certain sadness for a person who has totally wasted their life. They have totally wasted their life. Their life is of no value to humanity. So I don't so much feel sorry for the person. I feel sorry for the wasted life. You've been given this great life, this chance to do something positive, to help life to evolve, to help mankind to grow spiritually, evolve. And all you can think of doing is destroying the lives of people who want to be left alone and just raise a family and be happy. But instead of doing that, instead of elevating mankind, you want to destroy it. And for what? And for selfish reasons that don't even make sense, that do not make sense. Although I feel a sadness, I would not stop them from committing suicide. I would not stop them, for they know what they deserve. And you know, I've heard that one thing God will not forgive is suicide. One thing God will not forgive is suicide. The knowledge which comes from creation, which exists in the past, belongs to all of humanity, for it was compiled by, traded to and fro, built up on by all of humanity. Knowledge has never been exclusive of one particular group of people. This is what is so repulsive about white supremacists and the lies they tell. And if you are a white supremacist and you've raised your child to believe these lies, once that child finds out that you've lied to him and he realizes what a curse he has been to humanity, suicide is a comfortable option for those who have lived a delusion, for those who have lived as a delusion. You see, if a person is prepared to pay reparations for what he has done because he realizes it is a mistake, then that person is of sound mind and he realizes he has value. He has value. He wants to give back. He wants to take responsibility for what he has done. That takes courage. That takes courage to look in the mirror and to admit that you are wrong. Takes courage. But as we know, most racists are cowards. They look to put themselves into positions of advantage so that they can take advantage of other people and not worry about the repercussions. You see, a coward will not look in the mirror and will not face what he has done. He would rather kill himself. He would rather kill himself and in his delusion hope that someone feels sorry for him. Hope that someone feels sorry for him. And we see it today when you see white men saying that they're the victims of racism. Delusion. Total delusion. And these very men, these are the men, if they don't commit suicide, they will take out their frustration on those of their own kind. And we've seen this with children going into schools. We've seen this with children going into schools, opening fire. Do they expect to live afterwards? I don't know. I don't know. But I will say this. God has safeguards in place. And one of those safeguards is spiritual consciousness. So God doesn't have to say, when a person has to face reality, face truth, and they can't, then their consciousness will cause them to kill themselves and others like them. I want to say one other thing before I leave here. A lot of people talk about white privilege and how white people can escape justice. Well, there are many, many cases where Caucasians have gotten away with drunk driving and a year later run over and kill and injure other Caucasians. There are situations where men, white men, with a habit of beating women will use that white privilege card to get out of jail or whatever, to escape karma. And what do? They marry and beat another woman or kill her. White rapists given a lenient sentence. They get out, terrorize and rape women over and over again. And that was the case just recently when they caught a serial rapist. And this guy had been convicted for felonies, I don't know how many times, and they kept letting him out. So yeah, we have police that shoot black men in the back unarmed, but how many white people have suffered from criminals not being prosecuted to the full authority of the law and got out and committed more heinous crimes? And what do? They try to hide it and cover it up. They try to hide it and cover it up. That's why I would never live in a community that is more than 25% Caucasian, because you don't know what's liable to happen. I feel very comfortable in a neighborhood that's at least 75% black people. 75% black. But that's going into something else. But I just wanted to, the point I want to make is this, is that as the internet makes us more aware of the truth, as the internet makes us more aware of the truth, and people like DeSantis keeps telling these lies, when these children grow up and realize that they have been lied to, that their whole life has been a delusion, and the things that they have done is just total evil. If they have a conscience, they won't be able to face themselves in the mirror. And that's when they will become dangerous to all around them. With that, have a nice day. God bless us all. And understand what I just told you is God's will. It is God's law of human consciousness. And God's will shall be done. Have a nice day. Subscribe if you like my content. And if you're a subscriber, then do me a favor and hit the like button, because I do believe that YouTube is, we live in a systemic racist society. So as a black person, if you have to ask for help. You have to ask people to subscribe, because they will bury us every chance they get. They will bury us. So like I said, have a nice day, and I'm out of here.